Everybody, I'm Bryan Mudd, a fan of South Plains politics. Here's your talking points for this week. We teach our kids that whatever you post on social media is there for everyone to see forever. Maybe we should teach our elected leaders that as well. And more help, but also more heartache for our most vulnerable. A look at the latest state and local response to the virus in our nursing homes.
From the studios of KAMC Television in Lubbock, your local election headquarters. This is Talking Points with Bryan Mudd.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. We hope you had a safe and fun Independence Day. Also this week, Pandora's Box. Reopening Texas businesses may have, in the long run, been the right thing to do. And remember, we were told it would come at a price. But here and across the state, the virus case numbers have grown, leading the governor to backtrack on reopening plans, leaving local officials with little to do but wait for the next order to come from the Capitol. And that next order came Thursday from Austin. Governor Abbott's latest executive order requiring that all of us wear some sort of face covering whenever we're in any public area in counties where there are more than 20 positive cases. Also, he formally gave city mayors and county judges the freedom to impose limits on gatherings over 10 people.
We need to refocus on slowing the spread. But this time, we want to do it without closing down Texas again. As I've said before, if the positivity rate or the hospitalization rate increase too much, we have ways to reduce the spread of COVID-19 without mandating stay-at-home policies. Both of those danger zones have now been triggered. COVID-19 is not going away. In fact, it's getting worse. Now more than ever, action by everyone is needed until treatments are available for COVID-19.
Some folks were mad, some were not, but regardless of feelings over personal freedoms, understand that this has been a very delicate balance and a very hard job for your elected leaders. They have to balance all the social and economic factors involved while also taking the medical effects seriously, and then hope all along that we do our part. Lubbock City leaders had tried to strike a balance over the past week by requiring all business employees wear face coverings, but not customers. Basically because there was no real mechanism to enforce anything and then not take police away from other situations. But shop owners could always require their customers put one on. Some did. And our Brenda Lipinski looks at that balance in action.
We agreed with what the City Council came up with on Friday afternoon as far as mandating all employers to have their employees wear masks.
President of Lubbock Chamber of Commerce, Eddie McBride, talks about the new rule that businesses have to follow, requiring all employees to wear masks. He says he understands people have differing opinions on the rule.
It's an imperfect science that some folks don't think that masks work at all.
But he says he thinks people should opt to wear a mask.
I just really wish that they would consider the people around them, that even though they might not have the disease at all, and they might even be at the worst asymptomatic, but it's still potentially something that they could help spread the disease.
And he's not the only one. Business owner Vicki Hoffman of J. Hoffman's says her business not only makes employees wear masks, they also have customers wear one too.
It's just providing a more comfortable feel for everyone if we're all masked, and it's something that we can easily do.
She says for her, wearing the mask is more than just keeping the people who come into her store safe.
However, we can help the hospitals. This is how we can help our neighbors, how we can help our kids go back to school this fall. Why would we not be humble enough to humble ourselves and wear a mask and help our city?
And although she says she's had some customers leave to the store's policy, there are other customers who appreciate it.
I feel really safe and comfortable coming in here, and I don't go to a lot of the major stores.
And as we look ahead to the primary runoff election, we say hello again to Justice Larry Doss, who's running to keep his job with the 7th Court of Appeals. Good to see you again, my friend.
Bryan, it's good to see you too. Thanks for letting me join you.
I feel like these chats are the what did you do on your summer vacation thing from elementary school. First of all, did the appeals court continue to hear cases during the whole shutdown period?
Yes, we continued. We stayed on an active docket. We hear oral arguments through Zoom instead of having them live. We're still issuing opinions. We're still making sure that the wheels of justice turn efficiently in the 7th District.
How did that work okay? Was it an effective way to do a court case? Did you have to make any changes on that?
It actually worked pretty well in our case. I think unlike a trial case when you're trying to get exhibits admitted for the first time, in our case we've got a written record that we're dealing with. And so when we have oral arguments, we primarily have someone who's standing in front of a court. We're able to ask questions. And I actually thought it was pretty efficient because we had folks from all over the Panhandle, in fact, some down in the Austin area who were able to join in. And then we were able to broadcast it live on Facebook, which meant the audience didn't have to travel to the courthouse. So
interesting.
It was a new way to practice, to have court, and it was a new way to work on cases.
Do you foresee any issues if this has to continue, into the fall and into the winter, which may happen, we don't know?
Sure.
Backlog of cases, different kinds of cases that you would have to hear because of strange things that happened with the trial, and is anything different to come out of all this?
I think it's going to affect the number of cases that come out of trial courts because the number of trials have been put on hold during the virus. As far as the types of cases, it actually might change. The Amarillo Court of Appeals, where I sit, the 7th District of Texas, we're considered a transferee court. So approximately 25% of our cases actually come in from Austin area, Dallas-Fort Worth, Waco. And as those issues change along the I-35 corridor, that also changes some of the issues that we hear. As far as our efficiency, we've got a full staff. We're still working full speed ahead, so I don't think it's going to change the speed in which we're able to get opinions out or the accuracy.
Good. For you, of course, this isn't actually the runoff. This is the redo of the last election.
That's right.
For folks that don't know, they got messed up because the race was actually left off the ballot in a few counties. Had to be a relief, though, that the legal case to get this to happen went your way. That had to be good relief for you to see how that happened.
Sure. I mean, anytime you're involved in something like that, you want to be successful. It was a suit that the voters couldn't bring. It's something that the candidates have to bring. So I felt like it helped the voters, particularly in Morton and in Wellington, because those voters showed up for the polls. They called back and they said, hey, we couldn't find your name on the ballot. We don't know who to vote for. So that gives those voters an opportunity to vote this time. Unfortunately, the statute required everybody to vote again. And so that's the unfortunate part of all of it. I think the legislature may be in the works for looking at how to amend that law in the future. But certainly, as for voters in those two counties, I think it was something that was necessary.
There's a congressional case, of course, going on in the Panhandle and the Amarillo area. That'll bring people out. Do you worry, though, about apathy for voters, especially with everything going on here in Lubbock, without a sort of, I don't know, big name on the ballot, if you want to put it that way?
I hope that voters in the South Plains region of Texas certainly understand the importance of the judicial races. There's, of course, my race for the Court of Appeals. There are 2 other races that are trial court benches. Candidly, those types of races are going to affect citizens' lives here much more on a daily basis than probably a race that would go on in Austin or Washington, D.C.
I don't think people realize that those kinds of things. These court races, the judge races are a big deal. You may not know all the names. There may not be, flashy TV appearances other than Larry right here on the Big Show. But really, these affect people's lives.
Right. Keep this in mind. When we're dealing with the Supreme Court of Texas, the Court of Criminal Appeals, or the U.S. Supreme Court, they are the courts that get to decide the type here. Obviously, the U.S. Supreme Court opinions are coming down right now. We don't have discretionary jurisdiction. We accept anybody that brings an appeal, which means in many instances, we are your court of last resort. We are the final arbiter of the dispute that you're having. And so you've got to have effective judges and qualified judges on the court who actually know those issues.
Amazing stuff. Folks, don't take these for granted. Get out there and vote and take all the precautions. Do what you can. Larry Doss would like to remain on the 7th Court of Appeals. Good to see you, my friend. Good luck to you.
Good to see you, Ryan. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
And coming up, can you have a gathering of more than 100 people right now? Well, technically, yes, you can, but talk about what you have to do first. We'll look at that coming up. And a chance to chat with more of our judge candidates before the primary runoff election. Judge Kara Darnell is here talking about how COVID or not, the court must go on. It's next on Talking Points.